Hello everybody, Flik here and welcome to yet another Let's Look At. Today we are looking at The Last Tinker, City of Colours. This should be going up a day or so, or maybe a few days before release, depending on when I'm allowed to post it. And it's on Steam, and there will be relevant links in the description box below. This is a puzzle platformer. Actually it's more like an action platformer with some puzzles. It's made in Unity, and it's probably the best looking game I've seen that's been made in Unity. I've spent about an hour and a half with it so far, so keep in mind these are very much first impressions, but we're going to jump into play, and I'm going to start from the start. So you do have 4 difficulty modes. The game does very much have an aesthetic that I think would appeal to children, so I'm glad that they've included a kids mode. I was playing on normal in my main file. I find that too easy, so it's nice to know there's an insta-death in hard mode, but for the sake of me talking to you at the same time as playing, I'll stick with normal. And we'll get a little introduction here to what the setup is, as well as getting to see some of the fantastic visuals of the game. This is made by Me Productions, by the way.
A place where everything can be built from basic materials, as long as the idea behind it is strong enough. From ancient forests to bustling cities, from the tallest mountain to the deepest ocean, all is crafted with nothing more than color, paper and glue. Even small pets, or giant ones. Paint is produced in the City of Colours and brings life to the inhabitants of Tinkerwell. Everybody has a favourite shade, which makes them individual. But now, the city is in danger. Fortitude has turned to sadness, curiosity to fear, and strength to anger. People have divided the city into districts, even starting to hate other colors. Only in the outer district, where all colors are accepted, are people still normal. But among them lives a boy with very special talents. Soon, he will start a chain of events that will destroy the city.
So there we go, that is the setup, the opening cutscene as well. And as I was just saying before I got interrupted by the narrator, this is by Me Productions, or potentially, if it's not pronounced in the Japanese way, My Productions. I'm not 100% sure on that. Either way, we'll get introduced to Kuro, which is the person we're playing as. I believe that means spiral, but I could be wrong. He has very monkey-esque features. And this is our companion, who is called Tap, yes, which is a bit of a weird name, because when I see people saying Tap, I keep on thinking they want me to do something within the game, but no, this is just Tap, our fluffy, almost piñata-esque companion. He also acts as our tutorial of sorts, and I'm going to go through a little bit quickly as far as the tutorial stuff, because I want to get into a bit of the later puzzle solving, show off a bit of combat as well. But yeah, look how nice this game looks, and keep in mind this is in Unity. I mean, it's obviously a different style to say... What's something else in Unity I've been playing recently? I don't know. Well, I think the Apocalypse game, the Zombie Apocalypse game I played recently, that was done in Unity as well. So it's just a stark difference between the visual styles, both capable in the same thing. But anyway, this is the village where all colours are still happy about one another, but the 3 main districts are at odds, because they don't like colours different to their own. And I'm going to fast forward some of this text, because again, this is all just tutorials. We can get into playing and I can describe it myself. There's no voice acting, they just make like noises, so you do have to read the text, but that's fine. So the gate's broken, so we have to go around the long way, and that's basically just an excuse to teach you about the mechanics. There's no dedicated jump button, as it says there. You have to hold the run button and you automatically jump where it's apt. So that does make it a bit of a weird thing, because it's not a platform traditional thing, or a platformer traditional thing I should say, that you can only jump in specific places. So it is a bit of a weird mix, but I suppose that might also be for making it a bit easier for the younger audience. And keep in mind I'm certainly not young, and yet I have very much enjoyed the nearing 2 hours I've spent with the game so far. Other than it being a bit easy, I like the theme, I like the setup, which we will get more into once we get through the tutorial. The tutorial is essentially that Kuro and Tap want to participate in a race. So that's them heading to the race, and when they get there they find they actually need to pay an entrance fee this year because things are so bad between the different coloured districts that the economy is suffering, etc. Or the paint economy, I guess it is. But still, the point is they then have to go do some busy work to afford the entry fee. And that's all the tutorial. I am going to try and get through all the tutorial because I want to show off some of the stuff that happens after. But as the intro hinted at, or actually flat out stated, Kuro is actually going to accidentally bring about the destruction of the city. And I probably won't be able to get that far in the space of this video, but he does accidentally release well, it's referred to as the Bleakness, and you can see a bit more of that in like the preview material and the trailer and whatnot, which is colourless, and it starts draining the world of all colour. And you have to set about righting the wrong you accidentally, triggered happening. Where am I going? Oh, just going down. Yep. Okay, there's an evade button that was just teaching me there. This very much strikes me as something, it's the kind of game that I would have thought that Media Molecule would make. That's the kind of vibe I get from it, and that is not an insult at all. I don't know if it's actually taught me how to punch yet, but I know how to punch. And these are little collectibles over here in the form of paintbrushes. Sometimes you can't get them until you have specific powers at your disposal. Yes, as I was saying, yeah, this game gives me a very much kind of like a Tearaway vibe or that kind of thing, just where it's very imaginative, and it was refreshing to play. I also think it would do very well on stuff like, say, the Vita. I don't know if there's any plans to take it to anything else other than Steam, but it just strikes me as a game that would do very well, and a very imaginative game where if you have the touchpads of the Vita as well, you could make some stuff happen, I think. This is teaching us about combat, as I was saying. There's a basic 4-hit combo, with the 4th hit being more powerful. And this is teaching us about the launch pads. I can't remember what their official name is. No, they're just called jump pads. Fair enough. Whee! There we go. So that's us on the other side of the gate now. There it is over there. So we'll just carry on and we'll go find out that we need to... Well, after we speak, halt, monkey fiend! I am a great wizard. Prepare yourself for my colour magic. You shall not pass. And he's just joking because apparently we made him that mage costume. Because we're amazing at tinkering. So we've got 30 blue crystal dealy, which is the currency that we require. So that's just got a little bit of it, however we need a lot more if we want to enter the race. I think it's 400 you need, but luckily there's 2 people who have some kind of busy work for us to do. And I do apologise if it does seem like I'm speeding through it, but keep in mind it's because I want to show off quite a lot, because the setup is a bit slow but also very much enjoyable to just kind of walk through. I mean, when I first got here I just went around and had a little look at stuff. Look at the design on some of these characters. I just love it. What are they doing over here? These guys are racing. Got little... I guess they're a cross between turtles and bunnies. Very, very weird. We've got another one over here with a stall. Grab your merchandise. And then we've got this person here. This booth is quite snug. Yeah, I can see that. And they're actually painting over here as well. So yeah, I'm getting distracted already. Actually, that's why I was trying to avoid getting wrapped up in just watching the world live. But I'm really impressed of the character design. The vibrance is amazing. Childish? Yeah, I guess. I mean, it does take a kind of a dark turn when the Bleakness is released and people start getting frozen without any colour, etc. It's also not exactly a technically original theme. I mean, think of like Mario Sunshine, was it? Was that the one where you had to get all the colour back by cleaning up all the muck? Or that Disney game, etc. But, well, I played one of those 2 games I just mentioned, but I think this does it a lot better. Because at least you're having proper combat. The platforming is a bit streamlined, yes, which is fine. By the way, I'm aware I didn't focus on what he was saying there, but he was saying, oh, there's an entry fee, etc. So now I can follow tap by pressing up, and he will lead me to where I can learn about some busy work to do. From the people in the tavern here, which I'm going to do. One of them is a combat tutorial, essentially. The other is a... I'm not sure what to call it really. It's a mechanic that doesn't get used until a bit later on, but it's kind of like a follower mechanic and influencing the world by using a certain person you can get to follow you, whose design is amazing. But anyway, yeah, he's saying so the fighting instructor wants some help and also someone at the farm wants some help. So let's have a little bit of combat training. Where's that first of all? I think we get drawn there first. Yeah, they're both through here. Okay, and there's going to be a load here. So... the game hasn't frozen or anything, it's just a load. I don't quite like that there's not kind of an indicator that you're about to go to load. Like, there could just be a floating symbol, excuse me, or something like that. This is the fighting instructor here. I'm on my way to the farm, yes, but he's doing a fighting workshop. Oh, there's a little bit of a glitch with one of the pickups because I triggered the cutscene before it got drawn into me, but... have I come across any bugs other than the one we've just saw on screen there? Nope. It's been totally smooth, I had no problems at all. You just having a laze? Oh, I can actually hear him snoring. That's mildly distressing. Right, so let's go get some combat in. And although this is just combat training, it's essentially the same once we are fighting the actual Bleakness. Also, I like these rail sequences. The motion blur is a little bit weird, but it's just it gives you a chance to enjoy looking around the world, although eventually you do also have to avoid some environmental hazards while you ride these rails. So we'll come over here and that'll take us roughly to where we need to be. Talk to Brick. Really, I don't need to be smashing everything I see to get... I also won't bother going out my way to collect all the paintbrushes I found, but they are scattered around, so there is a reason to explore. There's achievements connected to them, I assume, although I have collected quite a few and haven't had an achievement yet. But still, there is achievement support for the game. Okay, so we're going to have a little brawl here in Brick's training class with all these other guys. Look at the design on him. They've got like paintings on their chest of waves and stuff and patches. It's weird. So I'll fast forward this again. And once again, I'm fast forwarding not because I don't find it interesting. I have read all the story. It's just that I want to fit a lot in to show you the different facets of the game. And therefore, unfortunately, to fit it all in say the space of half an hour, I do need to fast forward a lot of the text. So this little guy, he's a wimp. The test is that he has to do a 5-hit combo, but he has to not hit the same dummy twice in a row. So, easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Easy peasy. The auto lock-on works reasonably well. You did it, you're so cool. That's one of 3 training exercises. What is this one? I believe I have to beat his 14-hit combo from record. Yep, that's from... Did I say from record? I meant from memory. Very simple. Just press B. I forgot to cover it, but I suppose it's obvious by all the prompts I'm getting that I'm using a 360 controller. It does have keyboard and mouse support. I would imagine that controller support is easier, but I don't know for sure. So that's 2 of the 3 training exercises done. This one is about dodge countering, I believe. Yes. So, first of all, it's teaching you just dodging. You just move in a direction and press the, well, when you're using the 360 controller, it's right bumper. So there's my 3 dodges. But then he teaches you about dodge countering, which is where you press the attack button while dodging and you'll do a dodge punch, as he says there. So you start dodging, you press B, and you do a flying punch. It does quite a lot of damage as well, and I believe you're invincible for the duration. But there we go, that was easy enough. And now we will move on to the main event. And as we go through the cutscene where we kind of get put in against a few waves of these guys to try and fight Kuro because he's too good, I'll say that The Last Tinker City of Colour, its release date is on May 12th. This may go up on the day, or maybe a few days before. There's some embargo information I need to read up on. I think as long as it isn't a full review, you can put it up a little bit early, so that's probably what I'll do, because this is not a full review, it is first impressions, and that's always important to remember. It's going to be available full price. Well, actually, before I looked up the price, I was guessing... Oh, why is it telling me keyboard presses? There we are. I was trying to guess what I thought the price would be on Steam, and I was guessing it would probably be between £20 and £25. I was wrong. It's actually £16.99, but if you get it on the pre-order price, you can get it for 10% less than that, so that's £15.29. Is that a fair price? Well, based on what I've played of the game so far, yes. I've definitely enjoyed myself. I will probably play through the game to completion. I don't know if it's a long game. I would say as long as it, you know, kind of stretches, say 6 to 7 hours, that would be an acceptable length for the value, because you're getting a lot of value out of just the experience. I really like how pretty this game is. It's definitely one of the best looking Unity games, as I was saying, that I've played so far for this series of videos. And I like that it's kid friendly, in that it's got a kid difficulty. It's definitely a game I can see younger people enjoying. Older people, like people my age, maybe not so much if they just aren't into a nice looking game. So what was that talking about? Oh, that was just talking about doing the dodge punches if you get swarmed, like so. But these guys are weak, so it's not really going to be an issue. Plus you can hit them fast enough that they won't actually really ever land a hit. So I think we've got one more wave to go here. Monitor your health closely. Yes, I don't really need to because I've not been hit. It might happen. Probably won't, but it might, and there's some health lying around the arena there, so if I do need it, then I can grab some. 2 of them left, and done. Ding ding ding. You're a real piece of work, kid. I guess there's nothing more I can teach you. Here's 250, so that's slightly over half of what we require to enter the race. And we also get these gloves, which look badass. There we go. Right, so now apparently we can go beat up people on the street, I think he just said. That's what I'm going to take as the underlying theme. If you bully the bullies, are you a bully? That's a question the game doesn't answer. So that's one of the 2 tasks we need to do to afford being able to enter the race. So let's head over to the other one, which is the puzzle solving tutorial of sorts. I guess that's the best way to describe it. So we'll head over, we'll do that. I shall show the entirety of the race, then maybe kind of hint at what happens next, and then I'll probably end. And keep in mind, if you're kind of looking at the game wishing to know what happens after the point I do stop at, well, pick up the game for yourself. So we need to head to the farm, which is over here. Ah yes, now look at the design on this guy that I'm about to talk to. I love his design. Look at that. Biggs, that's his name. So now we have to follow him. And then we'll get to order Biggs around a little bit, because he's kind of like our tool for solving the puzzles in this area. And he makes lots of funny noises as well when you follow him around. So here we are. He showed us to where the farmer is, or... yeah, he is a farmer, yeah. Here he is. So we're here to earn some crystals. So while he takes care of the spiked plants, we have to lead Biggs around using kind of a whistle and get him to... not entirely sure what he's doing to the mushrooms, but we have to lead him to the mushrooms so that he does something to them. Okay, so there we go, we can whistle with LB, we can also hold it down just to get him to follow us indefinitely. You can't summon him from like miles away though, he has to be within earshot of the whistle. They're starting to glow when old Biggs here stands on them, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut down those... oh, I think it makes the mushrooms grow better so you can farm them later. So anyway, get Biggs to follow us over here. There we go, that's one done. We'll do this one over here. I do like the amusing noises he makes. And then we've got the 2 over here, and that's the first part done. The music, by the way, very nice. It's a lot of acoustic tracks. I think there's a pre-order deal where you can get the OST, possibly, or maybe you have to buy it separately. Either way, it is available in some form. Not bad for our first try, so now we have to go down to the next bit where things get a little more complicated because we can't get Biggs to follow us every single step of the way due to some environmental obstacles. So we'll take him over here. I'm holding down the button, so that's why he's whistling every so often. We'll start with this one here. There's one done. There's 2. And now we need to get the bridge down after we do the 3rd one. I think I was close enough. Oh, no, I wasn't close enough. There we go. The exclamation marks above his head kind of indicate when you're close enough. So we can bring down this half of the bridge, but the other half of the bridge is still up. So we're going to have to go do a quick bit of platforming to get the bridge from the far side, which we can do by going over here. Hop, 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 hop. It's like parkour in Assassin's Creed. It is actually as easy as that as well. So there we go, the bridge is down. Over here, Biggs. Right over here. I like that he's just enjoying life. He's just giggling to himself. And now we get to head back to the farmer. That's 2 out of the 3 little tasks that he sets us almost on, actually. Something happens on the way back from this one. So we come over here. We should trigger a little cutscene. Look at the face he's pulling. It's such a shame. Looks like Biggs was a little too heavy for the old bridge. Whistling won't do any good here, but don't worry. Biggs has a special connection to all the beds he has activated. Go back and press the switch on one of the beds we did earlier. Alrighty then. Yeah, that facial expression is such a sack boy facial expression. That's also what kind of had me having Media Molecule in mind. So there we go, we press that. He gets teleported back here. This way. He's just enjoying life. And we'll go to the last bit of the tutorial. I can say the word sometimes. And then we can finally go take part in the race. And also get introduced to our rival of sorts, I guess. Our arbitrary rival, as all games must have some kind of rival. For a little while anyway. So, same trick again really, except we can't get over that boulder, or through it rather, because Biggs is too big. So we have to shrink him. And we shrink him into a little chibi Biggs by drawing him over to this plant. And then hitting the button. Although I think we have to be told to hit the button, do we? Hit the switch. Okay, there we go. He becomes a little baby one called Bomber. Okay, so now we have to make him follow us. We kind of have to place them here, but then find our own way around because we can't fit under there either. But that's simple enough. We'll break these so he can hear us. There he comes. And we can do the same song and dance again, one last time, with feeling. Now, do I need anything up there? Yes, I do. We need that one there. And then we need him back over here, and we need to go the long way around again to draw him through here. So you can chill out there for a second, and we'll come back round here. Yeah, it's because there's no dedicated jump button. Sometimes you need to evade as you fall off a ledge to get that little bit of extra boost in speed to clear it without falling into the water. You just lose a pip of health if you fall in the water, it's nothing major. Although once the Bleakness is released, there are traps which can insta-kill you. Right, so that's all of them. I don't think I need to make Bomber/Biggs follow me back, but just on the off chance I'll put him there. Oh, no, I won't. Oh wait, no, I can just summon him. Oh, there we go, he got summoned. Yeah, you chill out there, I'll summon you when I'm done. So there we go. And let's head back. Okay, so we're going to go get our pay, but let's first of all get Bomber back. In fact, let's get him back to being big normal Biggs, because I love his design. There we go, follow me! Right, so, to the race, the important thing. And this is where the story actually starts getting relevant, because this was all basically tutorial so far, which is why I was speeding through it. Give me my money, old man. 250, thank you very much. And we also get a backpack which holds a larger amount of money in total. Very spiffy. So right, let's go. And as I run back to the race, I can sort of start wrapping up, kind of, although I am going to show off a bit more of the game. It has very much reached that point where I'm now... Oh, I went the wrong way. Did I? Which way did he go? Ah. Yeah, I'm very much just playing the game a bit more now, in case you're on the fence and want to see a bit more, but I imagine knee-jerk reaction-wise, initial impression-wise, you probably already decided whether this is your kind of game or not. If you think it's a bit on the childish side, I disagree. I think it's a game that children can play, but I don't think it's a child's game, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it's got a child's difficulty. But you know, things do take a bit of a dark turn. I mean, it doesn't really dwell on what happens to the people who have their colour stolen from them, but they're essentially dead until you restore the colour. So what I'm saying is, don't write it off as a kid's game. I'm not entirely sure why every so often it detects my keyboard instead of the controller, unless my controller is playing up again, which wouldn't surprise me. So anyway, this is the guys who are working for Bozo, was that? They're there to try and stop us from entering the race because Bozo doesn't want to lose to us. So yep, they get insulted by our little partner there, and then we have to kick their ass. Which is very, very easy. Let's see if I can do it without getting hit. Basically, as long as we get people... Whoa! That was close. And done. And the other guys run away. So now we can go speak to Bozo himself and participate in the race. Where is he? There he is. What is it with guys with mohawks being evil? Look at Turdip after all, ape face and his flying wool bag. Are you certain you're not too scared to face me, Bozo? If you're so sure of yourself, then don't send your goons against us. Kicking their butts was a nice warm-up. So there we go, we're paying our registration fee, and then we can take part in the race. Sort off. Go away, I'm trying to pay you. Thank you. There you are, probably wouldn't show up, blah blah blah. Let's get on with the race. Okay. So as might be expected, Bozo cheats. So we have to try and beat him despite that. It's loading in the race, by the way. It hasn't frozen. At least I hope it hasn't frozen. There we go. Right, so as we'll see, he jumps the barricade and just gets going. Yep, there we go. So we'll certainly try and catch him, but whether we can or not, well, I guess we'll see. Look, I love that they're not even really there. It's just like cardboard cutouts, but it fits the theme of the game so well. So there we go. His helpers there have made us have to take this little detour, but that's okay, we can do that. It's probably the scenic route, it's nicer. And we get introduced to environmental hazards on these ropes here. Yeah, right here. You have to press RB to jump. It goes in slow motion the first time just to show you that you've done it right. There we go. I think that might be it for this rope, but we'll see when we turn the next corner. There's Bozo there, still speeding on ahead. And we shall certainly try and catch him, but there he is, he's slightly ahead of us. And unfortunately, we're not going to catch him. because the story dictates that he will cheat to win. So there we go. And isn't that just a nice vista? I love the sun, by the way. I love that it's got a face on it. It's almost like Soul Eater-esque having the moon with a face on it, except this time it's a nice, pretty face. I don't know who just said bully bully boo, but I like that sound effect. Oh, it's you! Look how happy he is! Oh dear, the character design in this game. And the winner of the 295th Colour Town Canal Runner Championship is Bozo. Yeah, no one beats the Reds. Now hand over that prize money to him. You really don't want to give that cheat anything. What's wrong, Woolsack? Can't you handle the fact that I'm better than you? You, Slimeball, you sabotaged the race just because you were afraid we'd kick your scaly butt, which is usually pretty easy. You little, and then blah blah blah, what are you talking about? I'm saying this guy should be disqualified. That's it. Take that stupid prize for all I care, but I won't forget this. You two can count on that. And on this day, a pointless rivalry was born. I'm sorry you two, but I think it would be best to cancel the after race party. Well, so much for the free drinks and lovely food. So now we're just going home, a bit dejected, because Tap is upset. Which is fair enough. So we have to return to our hideout. We're back in the main area here with that juggling guy there. Still, so we can also just do the up button to have Tap show us where to go. But I know where home is. We have to go back through the gate, which is thankfully now repaired, so we don't have to go around the long way. So it doesn't actually take that long to get back to where we want to be. And we are nearing the point that I plan to stop. Keep in mind we haven't really gotten into it would take about 45 minutes, say 50 minutes to an hour to get to the point at which the Bleakness is released. So I'm not sure I want to do that. Or do I? Could do this a little bit on the long side. I have probably gotten through the tutorial pretty damn quick. You know what, yes, I'll try and push on because I don't want people walking away from this thinking it's very childish. So let's very quickly try and get through this. Get ready for the reason to hate this guy. Wait for it. Here it comes. Who punches a floating sheep thing? So now he runs away and we have to beat up a bunch of his guys again. Oops, I forgot what the dodge button was, so I got hit. But never mind. For some reason I do have the habit of pressing... Oh, it's because I've been playing games where triangles counter, so when I see the exclamation marks I'm thinking, oh, I'll counter it. But nope, no I won't. Oh, I can't actually get past them. There we go. So very easily beat up Bozo's guys again. But unfortunately, Tap is wounded. What is that drawn on his underbelly? It's a smiley face in like a Nuts and Crosses game. It's weird. Look, the sun is... I mean, the sun has become a moon, rather. Which is sleeping. So as we worry about his condition, we get greeted by... Well, we hear a strange noise, first of all. But we actually get greeted by a colour spirit who offers to help Tap in return for taking him to a colour tower. So that was the colour spirit making its appearance, so we can run up here. And there it is looking at Tap. He's in very bad shape. No use trying to fix him like this. Paper and glue won't help when you're hurt on the inside. So he's the purple spirit, one of the world's colour spirits. And he wants our help. Yeah, so he's talking about the fact that the people of Colour Town are all at odds with one another. They're becoming, I guess, racist in a way because they only like their own colour. And he wants to try and help. So he needs the power of a tinker, and we're apparently one of them. So we have to go with him to the tower in Colour Town, and he'll give us the power to heal Tap in return. And he actually gives us it in advance. And because we don't really have a choice, because we want Tap to be healed, we get a little taste of his power now to do it. So there we go, and we can heal. And now he's sleeping peacefully. And in order to get to the colour tower, which is that thing in the background by the way, on the top right there, the purple spirit opens up a teleporter which actually takes us into a kind of dream world that separates the two places. Stand on the portal, which we shall do. We'll try and get through this rather quickly and get to when things start taking a turn for the worst. I didn't plan to show off this much, but I do kind of enjoy playing it, even though I did just play through this kind of opening hour and a half or so. before recording, but that's okay. So we won't really pay much attention to what he's saying. I'll just make my way through the dream world. We'll actually get to see the dreams of some of the villagers of the town as well once we approach certain points. In fact, the first one is right over there. It's the farmer. So we need to get over there, which we can do. Muddy, that's the farmer's name. Come on, the rock was there. That was my own impatience getting the better of me there. Here we go. So we can hear about his thoughts. So this is... Oh, actually, this is back when everybody was friends. So he's saying you should go to the Red District and show off your fighting skills. Because we're all friends, but not anymore. Friends don't exist anymore. Let's push on, and we will actually get to see Tap's dreams, where we find out he's actually a little bit egotistical, which isn't really much of a surprise, I guess. And that is why you should never ever show pictures of bugs to Kuro. You're so smart! I'm not going to read out all these, but I love those little bouncing things. Why, I propose that everyone should be like you. And there's Bullzo apologising to him. Yeah, so there we go, he's better. He just needed a nice dream where he had his ego boosted. But now we can go over here and see where things start to go wrong. Where the different colours turn on one another and their personalities change. So the red guys become arrogant and angry, the green guys become fearful of absolutely everything, and the blue guys just get ultra depressed. They're like the Eeyores of this world, I suppose is a way to think about it. I love his facial expression as well. They just ignore everybody else. So they all go to their own unique districts, keep the hell away from everybody else. They don't want any part of what anyone else is doing. And that's a sad state of affairs as we get to the tower now, I believe. Where are we heading? This way. We're almost there. So let's just head over here. I have to go around the long way here. There we go. So there's actually a very minor stealth section coming up because there's guards in the tower and we need to avoid them. If you get caught, it just puts you back at the start or at a checkpoint if you made it to that. I'll certainly try and get through it in one. I remember the route that I took to do that off camera. So hopefully it won't take long. First stealth sections in games are, I guess you either like them or don't mind or you outright hate them. I would say it's done in a reasonable way in this game. It's a very almost Zelda-esque type of puzzle that they employ it in here. You can't just touch all parts of the floor either because it makes musical noise and they are alerted to that. But still, we can now just move, I think. Oh, we're going to get told to avoid everybody. Yes, we're going to the gallery up there at the top, which is fair enough. The guards look really weird. Right, just give me control. I know where I'm going, kind of. Sort of, maybe. Right. Oh, I need that guard to be moved, so let's just wait until he moves, because we're going over to the right first of all, I believe. Oh, actually, that guy on the right doesn't move, does he? Oh wait, it's behind this guy I need to go. Possibly. Or not. The music gets a little bit louder when you are very near a guard's vision. I hope you don't turn this way. Oh, you do turn this way, that's handy. There we go. Right, yes, I remember now. You follow him behind. Oh, there's actually a paintbrush over there I missed. Darn. Thankfully, even if you do get in their torchlight, if they're not facing you, they still don't actually see you. As kind of referenced by this bit, because you can't really avoid his light, but you can avoid his field of vision, and we get a checkpoint by reaching here. And we can carry on over here. You can actually run, I keep forgetting you can run. As long as you're on this type of material, you don't make additional noise. Perfect, the guards are just in the right process of where I want them in their patrol paths, because we want to follow this guy. And kind of sneak behind them once he turns over here, because we're heading up that rope. Now the last guard is a bit weird to dodge because of the way the climbing mechanics work. You can't stop halfway up a climbing rope, you have to go all the way because you have to hold the button down or you just fall. So, I'm not entirely sure. Oh, he's coming back, right, because I want him to get past and then I want to very quickly sneak past him. Like so, there we go, we've made it to the gallery. Very, very quick puzzle in here, and then we'll get one last cutscene, and that is where I will definitely end. So I will do my wrap up while I solve this puzzle. We have to find the right process you press the pictures of the other colour spirits in. So this is The Last Tinker, City of Colour, by Me Productions, released on May 12th rather. Depending on when you see this, it should still be on its pre-order bonus of 10% off. If you're watching this long after the fact, then it is £16.99, so I guess that'll be roughly the 2.5 times that for dollars, but whatever. Yeah, you need to press them in the right order. The right order is green, is based on the picture up there of Biggs. Green, blue, red. Okay, simple enough. So let's head over here and press the pictures. I love all the art in here, by the way. Green, blue is down there. I like that one with the cave, in fact. Blue, yes, there's blue, looking all depressed. What a shame. So let's press on his picture. Done. And red is over here in the corner. He gives a little picture. Oh, that's actually a picture of where he is as well. That on the right there. So there we go. We have revealed a big picture of Colour Town. And then the purple spirit will explain that there's no purple in that picture because it was drained. Oh, there's a picture of this very room. Never noticed that last time. So let's see what he has to say about this picture. There it is, the painting of Colour Town. Blue, green and red, the primary colours. It was the very first idea for the City of Colours ever. It's connected to the very essence of this place. As you can see, my colour isn't there. The sky above the city used to be purple, but I have been forgotten, and now the painting has been separated, just like the inhabitants of Colour Town. Go ahead and touch the painting with my power. That way we can restore the colour to the others and make the city whole again. Okay, let's do it. But that isn't what happens. Thank you, Kuro. I can do the rest myself, rather. As he starts to turn very sinister looking. I admit it wasn't fair using you like this. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Goodbye, Kuro. Well then, time to go to work. I will erase all Colour Town from existence. As for you... So that is the Bleakness. Farewell, little tinker, now on to the tower. And Bleakness starts to spread, stealing all the colour away from Colour Town. And this is where the real game begins. Where fighting has meaning, because you're fighting against the Bleakness to try and restore colour. And this is us in a kind of dream sequence to escape the Bleakness's trap that it's put us in. So we have to find a way out, but that's where I'm going to end. If you want to see more, you're going to have to pick up the game for yourself. I highly recommend it. I'm thoroughly enjoying my time. Or I have thoroughly enjoyed my time. I will probably carry on my main file. It's a great looking game, especially for a Unity game. It's probably the best Unity game I've played in recent memory anyway. It's well worth the price they're asking for, I think, as well. Assuming, and keep in mind again, I haven't played through the full game at this point. Assuming it's got a decent length on it, and it isn't too short. And I think it would play very well to at least handhelds, maybe even consoles as well. So look out for it potentially making its way onto that. I don't know if there's any plans. You would have to ask the developers themselves, which you maybe can do via the Steam Community Hub. Who knows? Anyway, my name has been Flik, and this has been The Last Tinker, City of Colour. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more gaming stuff, and ta-ta for now.